September 28th. Any man may be in good spirits and good temper when he's well dressed. There ain't much credit in that. Charles Dickens. Of course we smile back when fortune smiles on us first. During those times in our lives when everything comes up roses, we have no problem feeling good about ourselves. Why should we? The sun shines every day, everybody loves us, and we love them. When the living is easy, self-esteem is easy too. But what happens when fickle fortune finds another friend? What happens when it rains on our glad rags? As much as we bewail the effects of negative outside influences, positive outside influences, when we give them too much power, can also set us up for self-esteem trouble. After all, we can't control either the sun or the rain. If we base our self-regard on happy coincidences or lucky breaks, how secure will we be when our luck runs out? No honeymoon lasts forever. The roots of self-esteem have to be deep enough to carry us through the bad weather that plagues so many of our days. That means that our health must depend more on what's going on inside than what's going on outside. Self-esteem is a gift from us to us. Fortunate circumstances can give us a boost, but it's we ourselves who must make the climb. The core of my self-esteem is not dependent on outside circumstances. The core of my self-esteem is not dependent on outside circumstances. The core being the operative word there of my self-esteem is not dependent on outside circumstances. That core is in here. It's in you. It's in your soul, in your being, in whatever we are. And if we allow outside circumstances to determine what our self-esteem is, then it fluctuates with our circumstances, and it's not actually self-esteem. It's just esteem. Keyword also being self-esteem. And it takes a lot of work and effort to build up a healthy, strong core of self-esteem, especially if we have lived a life that didn't inherently instill that in us. That's why things like representation are so important. People don't seem to get it when they change the color of a beloved animated character or movie character, or when they add in LGBTQ plus characters in movies and games and shows, and people are like, well, couldn't you have done that with heterosexual or a white character? And it's like, yeah, but those are everywhere, and not that heterosexual and white people inherently have great self-esteem either, but it's a lot easier when you see representation of people who are like yourself out there in the world, doing well, doing poorly, living normal lives even, just existing, just being allowed to exist. Oh, God. That's the start of it for a lot of people, especially because a lot of older generations don't have crap for self-esteem. It sucks. We live in the society and the world we live in has been based in a lot of ways around the concept of scarcity. Those who have more do better. Those who have less do not. And scarcity and working for more in and of itself leaves little room for personal development. However, we're at a point in time where we have all the information at our fingertips. Technology has made it so that we can have whatever we want from across the world. Sometimes at the cost of the livelihood and comfort of others, other sections of the species of society, different societies. But now it's left newer generations with a lot more time on their hands and a lot more questions about who they are, where they're going, where we are going as a species, where we want to go in life. But we don't have guides. Still don't have a lot of guides. There are some guides. A lot of people still focus on like one or two guides, the same guides that we've been using for thousands of years, and our species isn't doing any better now than we were then. I'll tell you that right now. So, with a lack of guides and lack of guidance from older generations on how to have positive self-esteem, a lot of us have small, simpering cores of self-esteem, and that's why relying on the outside world is so common as far as figuring out how to feel good or good about ourselves. There are more guides coming out in all areas of life, especially because of social media and the internet. But there are also a lot of negative factors there as well, because none of us has perfect self-esteem, and it's really easy to model yourself completely after another person in this day and age, and that sucks. But also free will, gonna do what you want. But the core of self-esteem has absolutely nothing to do with any of that. It's everything to do with loving yourself and stuff, which is hard. Really hard. Really, it is not an insurmountable task. It is never an insurmountable task to love yourself. But good God, some days it can feel that way. But it can be overcome. That insurmountable task can always be overcome. And building that core of self-esteem, oh, it's so worth it. It's great. And once you get there, outside circumstances kind of come and go, and my mood fluctuates much less now that I actually have a real core of self-esteem, self-worth. Catching up on these is exhausting. But I'm going to keep going. I don't hear the pitter-patter of the baby awake from the nap yet, and I've only got a few more reading. So here we go. Have a good day. Hi. It is my genuine hope that you got something positive out of this video, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you liked the video, maybe shared it with somebody you know, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a good day.